Number 7, Maher. Number 10, Number 12, Charity. Number 13, and number 21, AIS.
Two up. Two people up. Marcus, the guy in the white.
And for the Tradies Canberra Capitals, again is number once again, welcome to the Tradies Canberra Capitals, touch on the Bulleen Boomers. Now, the Tradies Canberra and Bulleen Boomers.
Okay, good evening and welcome. Initial streaming exercise from the AIS Arena here, round 3 of the WNBL. Bulleen fresh off their win, narrow albeit in Sydney last night against the Capitals, who had that double loss on the road trip to Queensland last weekend. They'll be desperate to get the first game of their homestand in the positive. Joining me is Matt Anderson in commentary here as we're underway. Tess Madgen, the nominal point guard, has the ball for Bulleen. Bulleen in the white, Capitals in the navy blue. Jarry down the lane, scoop is off, Musselwhite the rebound, streams ahead, back to Hunt at the point. Capitals look to run a set. Norwood, Wilson, the pass fake, guarded by Kunek. Musselwhite curls onto the favoured left hand. Penalty over the block there, but the referee's seen some contact. 2 shots for Michelle Musselwhite.
Good evening, Brendan. A bit of thirds there run by the Caps.
Yeah, there's been a few changes to their offensive sets this year. I guess Carrie's a coach where things are constantly in evolution, and certainly some parts of the shuffle have been evident watching the preseason practices as Michelle Musselwhite makes the first to get us underway in the scoring and the second.
I thought it was interesting on Bulleen's first possession, they went straight to that flex cut they've run with Jarry. That's been a feature of their first 3 games this season that we've seen.
Certainly in evidence last night in Sydney. Ball skips to the wing, Jarry. Long 3, in fact, misses. Hunt the long rebound. Musselwhite streaming ahead. Hunt the retreat dribble. Madgen gets a foot on it.
The battle of the point guards will be fascinating tonight. Bulleen, in many ways, without a point guard to start the season.
Pretty much, I would agree with you, yeah.
Madgen filling in.
Musselwhite shot fake. Madgen with the loose ball steal. Pushes, draws contact, will go to the line.
It's interesting to get that steal early when you look at the things that Madgen does well. Playing her as a point guard in many ways takes away some of those slashing options when she has to have the ball in her hands for so long to facilitate the offense.
She makes the first. It's the free throw line, something they really struggled with last night, just 3 of 14 up in Sydney last night. You're correct. I guess her sheer length adds something to the point guard spot. If she can play it in a serviceable manner, and you would say last night that she was serviceable. Certainly a heavy scoring load, 28 points to lead all scorers as Musselwhite shot fake on the wing, guarded by Jarry. Madgen now with a massive height advantage on Nicole Hunt, her matchup. Referee's found a moving screen there to try and free up Carly Wilson in the corner.
Yeah, and there's no doubt that she is a serviceable point guard. It's just not, if you watch her play, it's obviously not her preferred position. Certainly wasn't what she used to do when she was in Bendigo, when turnover there out of bounds, looking for McDonald underneath.
Yeah, penetration was good. Probably the rhythmic things that you would associate with the point guard are not instinctive for her.
But having said all of that, it certainly would be an incredibly valuable learning experience for her to have to play this role to start the season.
Certainly might be something that internationally a coach might look at somewhere in the future. Hunt drives, a little bit of contact, ball's deflected away. 8 seconds remaining in the shot clock. Musselwhite curling to that favoured left hand. Makes the layup. Caps by 2, early going. Kunek guarded by Wilson. Screen from McDonald. Kunek steps back.
Tough three. Tough three.
Yeah, Wilson almost with a bit of a cider defensively. Hunt off the handoff, turns the corner. Miscommunication. Bulleen was switching almost everything last night, most of the game. Obviously not sure what they were doing there. There certainly was no switch.
Yeah, Tom Maher's not going to be happy with that.
Penaluna, post, Jarry cuts.
A lot of contact there, no foul.
Goes down. Referee Alison Ross has found a shuffle of the feet from Musselwhite in the defensive rebounding situation. Player on the ground there probably didn't help that situation. Jarry to inbound. A new 24 for Bulleen. Imagine, catch and shoot. It's good. 2. Bulleen 7, the Capitals 6, early going. Just 2.5 minutes. This round 3 clash from the AIS Arena. Musselwhite pulls the trigger on a 3. It's good. Caps by 2. I'm calling a Musselwhite. It's a historical reference. Michelle Cozier, of course, her married name, as McDonald makes that one fit to tie us up at 9 each. Cozier leading all scorers at the moment with those 7 points. And she settles for another 3 off the handoff. Bulleen really not sure how they're defending those handoffs. Tom Marsh just made a signal from the bench as Holly Florence waits to come in.
Interesting change in Bulleen's lineup. Florence Azardossi streaks ahead for the layup. Nice pass there by Hunt.
Both teams gasping for air there. Just missed layup transition, made layup transition, foul at the other end. Yeah. We see the first substitutions. Michelle Cozier and Nicole Hunt out. Jess Bibby in 11 and Michaela Dompkins in for the Capitals, and Elise Penaluna still recovering, I guess you'd say, from that ACL injury last year, takes a seat. Holly Florence in for Bulleen.
Yes, Penaluna's only a 3rd game back from that ACL. Came off the bench in her first, started last night against Sydney in place of Florence, and started again tonight. Interesting shift in Tom Maher's starting lineup.
Indeed, 1 of 2 good there for Emma McDonald. Capitals by 4 at this early stage. Ball bobbles free. Bibby, who's on the court now, calling for a screen. No screens forthcoming. Wilson wheels around at the point spot. Uses Ardossi's screen. Ardossi rolls the rim, tries to seal. Florence has got her guarded. Dompkins pushes, draws the switch this time from Florence. Change of pivot feet. Will turn the ball over.
Caps a little stagnant there offensively. A lot of standing. Need to get a little bit more movement on the floor.
Imagine with basically a 4 flat set there. Holly Florence now comes up to set the on ball. She goes against it, draws a little bit of contact, and finishes. Jess Bibby the foul, her first. With the bonus to come as Tom Maher takes his place on the court, giving a little bit of instruction to Holly Florence.
I did think that was interesting as Tom stepped on the floor to display that. No one really said anything to him, which is again.
Tom Maher.
He's Tom Maher, that is true.
Tess Madgen, after a horror free throw shooting night yesterday evening, makes that one fit.
Carly Wilson playing the point for the Caps.
Trailing by just 1 now, Bulleen, as Madgen in the passing lane there knocks the ball away from Dompkins. 18 seconds for the Capitals to operate. Just 4 minutes and 13 seconds gone in this first quarter. Wilson looks for a cutter. Bibby, jab fake, hitch dribble. She's so fond of Michaela Dompkins, offensive glass. draws some contact. Referee Alison Ross determines that's before the shooting motion on the ground. It'll be baseline ball for the Capitals.
Yeah, a lot of switching by Bulleen.
Alice
Which
Kunik had foul.
Which
Just
they
her
can
first.
do with their athletic lineup.
He was fairly instinctive last night, the switching in most situations, handoffs, on balls, off ball screens. Dompkins in the corner now draws the switch from Magin. Tries to beat a baseline, tries to step through. Awkward looking shot. Loose ball, Bibby skipping through, picks it up, back to Wilson. The Caps will run another set. Wilson wheels harmlessly away from Ardosi's screen. Now looks for Ardosi inside. Magin jumps that passing lane.
Magin knew she was coming and just stood her ground. Quite impressive how strong she is for a guard.
Jerry goes middle, shots off. McDonald the rebound. Catch and shoot again from Magin. It's a little long this time. Michaela Dompkins the rebound.
Great pass fake.
Great layup.
Great work by Dompkins.
Innovative use of the footwork. I'll guarantee there's an extra step there, but it's been counted. Capitals 16, Bulleen 13, early going. That pass is a little long.
Flex cut again.
Yeah, Capitals fronting it on that occasion, but made that passing angle pretty tough as Michaela Dompkins takes a seat. Cameo appearance there. Michelle Cozier back for the Capitals. And Elise Penaluna comes in as part of their front court rotation for Bulleen for Emma McDonald. Rachel Jarry takes a seat as well, as Beck Allen is in for her first minutes for Bulleen. Bibby looks to curl, takes the pass from Cozier. Norwood sets the pick. Bibby looks to lob inside. Ardosi, awkward catch.
It's very
Bibby shot
physical
clock running
inside.
down. Expires. Doesn't touch the rim.
There's a lot of pushing and shoving off the ball and even on the ball that's being let go by the officials. It'll be interesting to see how that goes throughout the game.
Yeah, Tomo's having a word to one of the officials now about that very thing, about holding. He's getting at least a decent hearing, which is, for most coaches, is all you can ask for. Magin. High post lead from Florence. And the referee this time has found some interference on that cut. An elbow, the signal. Armbar, elbow. And that's also
some would
Capitals
say a
over the
shove.
limit. Yeah. Capitals 5 fouls this quarter. Bulleen just on 2. Alice Kunek to the line. Misses the first. She also had trouble at the free throw line. The Bulleen mysteriously missing 4 free throws in the last 6 seconds.
Just out of interest, Brendan,
makes
who
the
made
second.
their 3 free throws last night?
Certainly from memory, Kunek made 1.
Right,
Or
good.
One
good
of a
start.
pair at one stage. It was a game that was well officiated and wasn't heavy on fouling. As I said, just the 14 for Bulleen, which includes the ones at the end. Bibby goes to a favoured left hand. Goes to the glass. Canberra by 4.
That's the second time.
Capitals
Cozier
18.
fouling
Bulleen
Cozier
14.
there.
Cozier shooting the passing lanes as she's wont to do. Referee Damien Nemeth assesses there's been some contact on the arm, and it did look, to be fair, that there was some contact on the arm.
That last basket by Bibby's the second time Cozier was on the first possession where someone's driven around the post player and the switch hasn't happened.
It
Leaving
certainly
that-
hasn't been aggressive enough. If it has happened, it's been a passive switch as Rebecca Allen makes the first of 2 free throws for her. And the second.
It would appear the free throw monkey is now off. I think
Yeah.
they've made 4 now.
Cozier, a little bit of token, 3/4 court pressure there. Cozier to Bibby on the wing, wide open 3. Magin mishandles that inbound pass. Kicks ahead, Beck Allen blocked. Florence the rebound, Ardosi the foul. Her second, Samantha Norwood will come in instantaneously for her.
It's interesting, the last 2 fouls have been inadvertent, you'd say, or unnecessary.
Yeah, I don't mind that one. It's an aggressive one, trying to compete for the rebound. Probably yeah, it might have been a quickish whistle.
It is, but they're in the bonus, and Ardossi
Holly
now has 2.
Florence makes the first. We've just seen Karen Harrington come onto the floor for her first minutes tonight for Bulleen. She's the nominal point guard alternative. Whether she's a true point guard, and she's still a youngster, is probably open for debate as Nicole Hunt comes back. Carly Wilson takes a seat.
The two
just over 3 minutes remaining first quarter.
The two players Bulleen are looking at to
3.
play the point, if it's not Magin, Beck Cole, who's still recovering from any injury, and Karen Harrington. So it'll be interesting to see if Magin continues to handle now that Harrington's on the floor with her.
Bibby curling onto a favoured left hand. Can't make that one fit. It's almost surprising when Bibby comes off that little down screen. Magin competing hard for it. The ball will stay with Canberra.
Hunt back in the game.
Cozier to Hunt. Double high post set. Penaluna easily gets around Valeria Goke there, who is on for her first minutes for the Capitals in 20. She managed to deflect the layup. We could jump ball, or a jump ball arrow coming into play with the possession tied up, and the ball will go to Canberra.
Just a mishandle there by Penaluna on the dribble. She was about to take up the layup and then just lost control of the ball.
Game's lost a little bit of its rhythm. Just under 3 minutes remaining till quarter time. It's the Capitals 21, Bulleen 18. Bibby guarded by the longer reach of Magin, who denies that handoff back this time. Norwood going right, draws some contact, finishes.
The Caps are running quite a bit of stuff off with the big flash in the free throw line and then running that handoff. Norwood there faked the handoff and then just took the ball hard to the rim.
Certainly effective that time. Most of the problems came from the fact that Magin couldn't help at all because she was so worried about denying Bibby the handoff. Harrington, this is probably the thing for Harrington, I think a lot of dribbling and a lot of frantic dribbling, as you can see there. Florence releases, looking to high-low, beautifully run. Jarry finishes the pass from Penaluna.
Great steal by Jarry there.
It's almost a 3-stage operation there. The high lead to the high post, the low flash.
This one here is the
guarded by
interesting.
Beck Allen.
The
Allen
interesting
showing
matchup.
a left.
Allen
Jarry
had
and
a
Cozier
post-up
now.
opportunity there last, and they couldn't get to the
Harrington
ball.
almost gets a hand to Hunt's 3, but not enough. The 3 goes down. Margin out to 7 for the Capitals. First quarter, AIS Arena, round 3 WNBL. Jarry spins on Cozier in the lane, finishes easily. High scoring first quarter. Caps 27, Bulleen 22. Norwood on the perimeter. Bibby goes back door and a favoured left hand layup. Beck Allen caught cheating in the lane there. You'd have to say at the moment the Bulleen defence is just leaking like a sieve. To give up 29 already, Tom Maher will be furious. Still a minute to go, first quarter. Beck Allen guarded by Bibby. That pass was never on. Cozier was in front of Jarry. Harrington got a body in the road, and referees made the assessment that the ball actually came off Michelle Cozier.
Interesting call.
Yeah, there's probably enough contact to probably make it a reasonable call. Cozier certainly followed through, and
With the,
Harrington.
it doesn't surprise me without a physicality that started the game, certainly.
Magin looking. Jarry looks, shoots as an afterthought. It was flat and off target, but somehow found a bit of rim and fell in.
Very soft rims here at the AIS Arena.
Norwood finishes well inside against contact. There's about a 6-second differential between shot clock and game clock as the end of the first quarter winds down here. It's the Caps 31, Bulleen 24. Jarry looks to use the screen. Both defenders go under. Nice pass back. McDonald couldn't handle it. Kunick looks at 3. It's off. Bibby with the rebound. Looks up at the clock cleverly. Pushes it off. Short, but really cleverly done by Bibby there. Had a look as she dribbled down the floor. Quarter time, it's Canberra 31, Bulleen 24. We'll be back in a minute here at the AIS Arena. Okay, we're back at the AIS Arena. The year's first streaming exercise live. Hopefully it's coming through in some sort of watchable and listenable fashion. Brendan Parnell here with Matthew Anderson. This is part of the Capitals' push to try and make the game a little more accessible. JT Events, the sponsor, helping with tonight's setup. It's underway, second quarter. Bulleen trailing by 7. Again looking for that high-low. Penaluna catches facing the wrong way but manages to finish. Pass from Rachel Jarry. Cuts the margin to 5. Nicole Hunt looks to push. Matthew, thoughts, first quarter, adjustments. What do we need to see?
Look, Bulleen just look asleep defensively. For whatever reason, the switching's aggressive, and they have, first minute or so, they had a lot of hand pressure in the lane, but they've just got no one on the split line and no one reacting defensively whenever the Caps have penetrated. So be interesting to see whether that's a layoff after playing 2 games last night, or whether that's just, early season dramas.
The back-to-back's tough. The travel's not the end of the world, but you left Sydney last night at probably 9:30, unless they drove down this morning. I'm not sure which, but yeah, it's an awkward trip and a tough game. A game that looked like they might have had in control, been able to use some of their bench. Really got tight at the end. They only won by 2 points. To send Sydney crashing to 0-4 for the season, that's a whole nother story. As Bibby catches from Wilson, 3. She's on. Remarkable they can lose her on that simple down screen or flare screen. Harrington brings it up for mine. It's not comfortable at the point. Serviceable, not comfortable. McDonald goes middle, little jump hook.
No, I wouldn't call that a jump hook. A sweeping hook. Sweeping hook, we'll say.
Certainly something you don't see a lot of in the women's game.
No, you don't.
Pretty well executed. Soft touch. Caught about 8 pieces of the rim rolled in. Imagine the hand on Bibby now. Carly Wilson, 250th game, yet to trouble the scorers. Norwood, she's been very patient down low. Manages a little bit of a fake, draw some contact from Penaluna.
It's been interesting watching this first quarter and now into the second. The
That's
Caps
3 fouls, just by the way, at least Penaluna. That's going to be an issue of some concern for a team that really only has 7 functional rotational players. I can't see the rookies getting in unless the game's well and truly over.
Look, yes, that will be an issue. As I was saying, the Caps are running on essentially, if it's not Bibby, and maybe Wilson, but essentially if it's not Bibby, they're pretty much curling every down screen into the middle. Bulleen yet to adjust.
Yeah. Alice Coddington on for her first minutes. Local Canberra product. Always nice to see that. She's guarding Kerring Harrington as we speak. Just 1 of 2 for Samantha Norwood there. Margin back to 7. Margin looks to cross over. Probably looking at that as a mismatch with Bibby. Samantha Norwood, active, bust out, rebound there. She'll go all the way. Really, Bulleen just laid off and laid off and laid off. And really good decision.
Lack of communication there on the break. No one took the ball.
Maybe just apathy. Gary Fox is up now. Tom Maher's yelled enough. I think he's calling for a switch there defensively. Norwood makes the first this time. She's up to 7 points. That's her 8th now. Margin starting to be a little bit of a concern. It's up to 9. Kunek guarded by Valeria Goke. Product of Loyola Marymount University. Played in the West Australian State League this year as the referees found a rebounding foul on Emma McDonald. Use of an elbow to push away is his assessment. She looks bemused, but that's not unusual.
Unhappy is how I would describe how she looks right now, but
The full
ball
court
is with
pressure
the
was
Caps.
very token, wasn't it? Disappeared as quickly as it appeared. Coddington to Wilson now, guarded by McDonald with the height advantage. Wilson looks for Norwood inside, face up, draws some more contact.
Every time Norwood touches the ball, she's getting fouled.
There's a nice
She is
face up move. There's a nice rhythm to her,
She has
movement.
an interesting way of putting her body just in the right spot and just sort of past someone's hips
Jerry's
as she's
first
stepping
foul
through.
as the turnstile of the front court rotations continues for Bulleen. Emma McDonald takes a seat. Holly Florence back. Norwood again. Draws some contact. Gets her own rebound. Has the ball poked away.
There's just a lack of urgency with the Boomers at the moment. They're sort of almost waiting for the Caps to miss and then they get to play down the other end.
Baseline inbound Wilson. You can see on that cut there how raw a Goke is. Magin gets hold of the rebound. Couple of bodies on the ground. Busts out down the floor. Jarry looking to seal. Passes too long. Magin does the hands to the head. Kunek appeals to the referee for something or other. It's probably symptoms of frustration.
Yeah, they're very frustrated. The interesting point about this year's Boomers team is that they really don't, you could say maybe McDonald and Florence, but they really don't have any veterans.
Bibby goes to that same handoff going left.
The kind of leadership that Sam Richards gave them last season from the point. And so when they get into a hole like this, it'll be interesting to see how they handle it.
I think the expectation was that Florence and McDonald, given their their Opals experience, would be the providers of that. It's going to take a while chemically, I think, for the whole thing to gel.
Well, I think you're right. I also think that a lot of time...
Norwood's like a go-to now in the post. She wheels and deals, pivots.
Lucky to
Wilson,
get away
shot
with
clock down to 6.
That it looked
5.
like a travel.
Wilson's going to have to shoot this, won't like it. It's off, left-handed.
It was a better...
rolling hook.
Prayer.
Imagine not guarded, streaks down the lane, draws contact. The Capitals guilty of exactly what Bulleen were just a minute earlier.
That last possession was better defensively for the Boomers. Forced the Caps into essentially a shot clock violation.
If you think Carrie Graffer's happy about that transition D, you'd be wrong. Margin 7 as Samantha Norwood, after a very effective stint, takes a seat. Valeria Goke, still learning, but you can see the athletic potential. Doesn't quite know where to be and how to do it all, but certainly looks like somebody worth persisting with. Tess Magin confirms that some of those free throw shooting woes have...
Did they change the rims
disappeared.
in Sydney in the last few minutes there last night for the free throws?
And the second. Believe me, they were the most surprised people in the building. Tom wasn't even angry, he just was incredulous. As Coddington feeds Wilson off the elbow, cuts, back screens, Ardossi flashes, front position right under the rim, goes to the jump hook over Florence. Nicely run set. Coddington, guards Harrington, lob inside. Ardossi the hold, referee waves off the basket.
It'll be interesting as this game
That'll
continues.
be 3 for Ardossi. She'll be heading to the bench again.
It'll be, as I was saying, it'll be interesting as this game continues.
I'm going to call her Valerie. Valerie's back.
Valerie.
Yeah, number
That's
20.
probably a good decision.
She could become a cult figure, I think.
I think
Imagine
she could.
curls, side ball for Bulleen here. Harrington gets it. Bit of a zip cut there. Jarry looks, picks a dribble up for some strange reason. Imagine I don't think she could believe how open she was. Kunick could believe how open she was inside.
She was surprised.
Looked for contact. There was none to be had, so she travelled.
She had a layup.
Just under 6 minutes remaining, second quarter. It's the Capitals by 7. 39-32, AIS Arena, round 3, WNBL. JT Events, the provider. Bibby goes right. Surprised everybody. And drew a foul. Tess Madgen with that foul. Just her first. But it is the Boomers' 5th this quarter, compared to just 2 for the Capitals. Roles reversed in the first quarter. We're still 5.5 minutes remaining as Bibby knocks down the first.
Yeah, the bonus situation will certainly be interesting if the Caps are going to continue to score at this. One might say frenetic pace at 40 points in under 15 minutes of play.
I think Tom Maher might be thinking timeout. You feel like the string could break here in a minute. Just as you said, back to back. They don't look great defensively. Rebecca Allen back now. Feeds Florence to the high post. Finds Kunick. Nice angle on the pass there. Cozier forced a foul.
What was interesting is she sealed, and Florence still had her back to her. And only when Kunick yelled for the ball did Florence then turn and deliver.
Yeah, there's not a lot of crispness. Cozier takes a seat.
Well, and I honestly,
second personal.
I think people, the Tom Maher factor blinds people to the fact that it is a very young team now with the loss of Richards.
Yeah, Kunick good with the first, misses the second. Allen gets one of those extension arms onto the ball but can't quite reel it in. Coddington comes away, crosses over, goes middle against Allen. Can't make it fit. Madgen gets the ball off Florence, who rebounded. Allen looks inside, another lob. Jarry, easy finish over Bibby. Caps are small at the moment. Domkins nominally playing the small forward spot with Coddington and Bibby on the floor. Wilson, the power forward, I guess you'd say.
Yes.
And full guard rotation, really. Coddington, Domkins. Baseline off the screen, stopped. Hoiks it up, goes in.
Can't play that any better.
Caps 43, Bulleen 35. Capitals really
Bibby
needed
guarding
that.
Kunick.
Another high-low. Kunick can't finish this time. Thinks about fouling. Thinks better of it. Ball floods ahead. Bibby will shoot that. Long three, rims out. Jarry busts. Looks to feed. Kunick's open again this time. Graff's seen enough. Carrie Graff, that is. She's called timeout. 4 minutes and 6 seconds remaining. Second quarter. Capitals by 6. 43 to Bulleen Boomers 37.
Yeah, the size issue is going to be fascinating as this game continues. Even though there's some foul trouble there for the Boomers with Penaluna and McDonald, their medium-range players are just so much bigger and more effective than the Caps, whereas the Caps have Domkins and Wilson, Coddington. They're all just a little bit smaller. Kunick and Jarry are able to play in the post and be quite effective down low. So it'll be interesting to see how long Carey continues with the smaller lineup.
What about the attrition factor? The Caps have run 9 players already. As I say, it's unlikely Bulleen's going to go past 7.
Look, for me, it's going to come down to foul trouble for the Boomers. I think they can play. I think that Tom won't give them a choice. That if you're on the floor, you're going to do the job. But foul trouble really could be the issue for the Boomers going forward into the second half.
At the moment, we've got Penaluna sitting on 3 and McDonald on 2. The only real areas of concern. But as you say, there's still 4 minutes to go to half time. And I don't think young Steph Collins or Funda or Lauren Pearce are really would be expecting to get into the game.
I think Steph Collins is going to play. I'm going to say it now, halfway through the second quarter. I think she'll have to play.
You've said it. She's certainly a prodigious prospect, but still a youngster.
She's tall and she's wearing white. Those are her 2 qualifications for tonight. She will have to get on the floor at some point.
Okay, we'll see. Okay, Capitals to inbound after that Canberra timeout. Bulleen still man-to-man. Horns alignment. Hunt dribbles off that. No real problems for the defence. Tess Madgen playing a decent distance off there. Michaela Tompkins guarded by Rebecca Allen. Dribbles. Hands off to Bibby going left. Back to Tompkins. Shot fake. Rebecca Allen gets up in the air ridiculously. For one so long, I guess it's inexperience. Ball dribbles out of bounds. Quarter piece of the rim, so it's a new shot clock, 24 for Canberra. Bibby doesn't mind. She launches the three that's nothing but oxygen. And that won't put her off at all either. She's been really good so far. It's just one that was a little off alignment as they switch that on ball. Holly Florence shields Hunt under the basket. Wilson for a first two, no. Jarry bust out. 4 Capitals in the backcourt, trouble. Allen inside. Junek steadies herself, can't finish. Wilson might have got a piece of that. Wilson kicks ahead. Madgen tries to steal. Bibby pulls up. Swish. Madgen falls over. Tom Maher. Not happy. Capitals 45. Bulleen Boomers 37. Just 3 minutes remaining now.
It's very interesting. Koenig twice now has caught the ball underneath and, looked like she got fouled, but no call. And the Caps have turned one of those into a layup. The way that play under the basket is going to be refereed for the rest of the game will be very interesting because the size really is in Bulleen's favour. If they can't get any easy scores out of it, they have to rely on their jump shooting, and they're not a great jump shooting team.
Yeah, there's certainly getting the high-low looks at will. I think the attrition is a factor here. There's a lot of off-balance, messy, as you say, that you could argue she'd been fouled the last couple of times down there, Koenig, but it's really a case of get your legs underneath, you go up, finish, either find the contact or make the layup, and they're gasping a little bit, I think, and I think the more Canberra can keep playing, more bodies, Bulleen's going to have to do something extraordinary to drag this lead back, let alone take the lead.
Well, and we talk about that, and from just watching the game without knowing what the score is, you think the Caps are up by 15. It's only 8.
And Bulleen's on target to give up 100.
They are, yes, but I don't think they will.
All right, as the players come back on court, it's Canberra 45, would you believe? There's still 3 minutes remaining, first quarter. NBA-like scoreline, 37 to Bulleen. Of course, the NBA playing the 12-minute quarters. We're just with the FIBA-approved 10-minute quarters.
Some stats on that
that
points
middle.
number. Brendan.
Allen misses the three. Yeah, listening, yeah.
The Caps shooting 16 of 30 at 53%. Also 5 of 7 from 3 and 8 of 9 from the line. Now, while that's a quite effective field goal number, I don't think their threes will continue to drop at that rate.
Fair point. Wilson almost gets her first points of the night to go again. Beck Allen, guarded by Bibby, finds Koenig again. Tompkins this time. Koenig spins middle. Better composure there.
I think that timeout was for her, the one Tom Maher called last time, just to make sure that she was under control next time she went to take it to the rim.
She's up to 9 points now. Jarry leading the Bulleen scorers with 12. Tompkins goes middle, looks to spin. Koenig assessed as creating the contact, a blocking foul. That's the bonus.
Fascinating 2 minutes now to go here. The lead is at 6 for the Capitals, with Tompkins on the line for 2.
Still the Capitals just 3 personal fouls this quarter. Bulleen over the limit. First free throws long. Leading scorers at the moment, Bibby with 14 for the Capitals. Cozy we haven't seen for some time with her 2 fouls on 10. She makes the Michaela Tompkins makes the second, lead back out to 7. Madgen back to Allen. Friendly roll off the rim. That mid-range jumper is good. Nicole Hunt. The Capitals consciously looking to push here now.
They really are.
Norwood going left. She's looked great. Contact, all sorts of contact. The referee says it's fair. Tie up. Ball will stay with Canberra.
Koenig did a great job there to step in.
Yeah.
No charge called.
Two hands on top of the ball, yeah. 14 seconds for Canberra to operate here. Carla Donkins to inbound. Stack alignment. Bibby setting some sort of screen. Wilson spins middle back to the inbounder. Always the dangerous player there. Jarry, the big rebound.
Jarry's done a great job on the boards for the Boomers tonight.
Finds Koenig. Nicole Hunt trying to draw some contact. And she may have been inside the charge circle. It's always a difficult one to work out, or the referee may have assessed that contact was incidental to what happened. That was after the pass from Jarry to Koenig. That was another layup. And again, a more composed layup. And I think you may be right. Maybe Tom Maher's timeout was simply about giving Koenig a bit of a rest, and the margin back to as close as it's been for some time now, back to 3. Hunt picks the dribble up, guarded by Jarry, would you believe? Hunt cuts middle. Jarry blocks that easily. Hunt gets it back, shot clock, dribbles down under single figures off her own foot. Bulleen ball. Tom Maher's going to use the second of his 2 timeouts. Probably a key strategic part of the game. Canberra's had this 6, 7, 8, 9 point lead. Looked like the string might have been about to break. Can we get to double figures?
Well, the Boomers looked out of it.
Yeah.
Defensively, they were really struggling. They managed to get a couple of stops and a couple of easy layups. Jump shots have fallen, and they put the lead back to 3. Now with a chance to cut it to 1 or to tie the game.
Yeah, it's the rhythm of the game, isn't it? That and Tom Maher's timeouts were probably perfectly timed. They've now got the ball down 3,
and they have a great opportunity. You know, even if they go in down 3 or even 5, to get the rest at half time. I think if you asked him when the lead was 10 or 9, would he take a 5 or 3 point lead? He would have said yes, guaranteed.
Yeah, I think so.
On the road, second of a back-to-back. Certainly the Caps need to...
Bibby's shooting was certainly influential, and they didn't do a good job off whatever scout they should have been operating off. It should be a template scout of Bibby in the down screens, going left off handoffs. But equally, the Capitals probably would have expected a lot of high-low action, and they haven't done a fantastic job of defending that.
You know, it's interesting because the Caps seem to have gone away from all that free throw line handoff work. It was quite effective for them there when they made the little run, when either Norwood or Bibby or Cozy were coming off that looking to get to the rim.
Okay, just over a minute remaining. 65 seconds to be exact. Magin brings the ball down the floor. Flexi style action. Koenig goes left. Draws a little bit of contact. The referee assesses that ball caught her elbow on the way, and if there was no foul, it certainly did. But scary how easily she was able to get isolated there. The screener on that flex cut and just opened up to the ball. Valerie with the ball. Finds Bibby. Capitals this time looking for the lob. First referee was insinuating the ball had come off Canberra. A good piece of officiating. A quick overrule.
Officials working together there to prevent a riot in the stadium.
Bibby catches that inbound pass, looks to operate, goes straight around Jarry, kicks out Wilson this time for 3. Short again. Jarry the rebound. Held up from busting out of there. Now she goes. Valerie with the long arms has her. Koenig, touch pass back out. Magin, that 3's long. Koenig snares the offensive rebound. Flattens Bibby on the way through. Koenig back again. Can't make the layup fit. Bibby just happened to be sitting on the ground. Found the ball. Comes loose again. Allen should surely have passed that. Wilson, no idea. This fantastic sequence. Norwood streaming free. Oh. Referee's found a foul. Tom Maher's not going to be happy. Blocking foul. Looked like Norwood had gone as far as she could go. Had nowhere to go. As time expired, that'll put Samantha Norwood on the line.
I'm not going to lie, Brendan. I'm a little speechless by that call after the amount of contact that just went down the other end both
Tom
ways.
Maher won't be happy, and he's not. Really, he hasn't had a lot to complain about. It's been a pretty well officiated game.
Yeah. The interesting thing was Norwood put her head down and almost knocked Jerry over, but Jerry stayed on her feet.
That was a good no call, I think, too. There wasn't probably enough contact on the initial contact.
I agree. A good no call. And then one might say an exceptionally questionable second call.
Yeah.
But
let's give the officials their due. They've done a good job. As Samantha Norwood rubs some salt into the wounds, making both those to leave us halftime Capitals by 5, 48. High-scoring affair to the Bulleen Boomers, 43. All right, welcome back. We've got about 3.5 minutes, a little over that, before this game will resume here. Quick update on some statistics and an apology. I wonder why I couldn't see Lauren Pearce down there on the bench. I was imagining things. Of course, Matthew, I was saying that they're running a 7-strong rotation. They're, of course, running 8. Somebody I'd forgotten.
We all make mistakes, Brendan.
Yeah. The 2 rookies on the bench. Steph Collins was definitely there, and you were still saying with...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's going to get on.
As 9th player, we'll get a...
Oh, she's going to get on.
And Funda Nagasoglu. I think that's the correct pronunciation. Watched her come through the junior ranks. Bulleen played under 14 club championships.
She's had
under 16s for the Victorian.
She's had a few minutes this season already in a couple of their games.
She certainly played in the preseason, yeah. So Bulleen running 8 players, a reasonably even rotation. Canberra have utilised 9 players. No particular foul trouble for the team apart from Bridget Ardossi sitting on 3 and Elise Penaluna sitting on 3, the singular exceptions for both teams. Probably McDonald on 2, Jarry on 2, and Alice Kunek on 2 for Bulleen as well, with Cozier the only Cozier and Valeria Goat sitting on 2 for the Capitals. So nothing really disastrous there. Probably, if you were to say they'd lose Penaluna, would probably be a disaster. But the Capitals could certainly cope with if Ardossi happened to get into any further foul trouble.
Well, Norwood has been a revelation in the first half.
Yeah, she certainly has been, yeah. Probably as much for me her rhythm as anything, that she's looked very comfortable. A new set of systems to learn. It would lead you to think maybe she was underutilised in Perth, or maybe a different training regime, a change of scenery has been the catalyst for the improvement.
Well, a lot of players thrive when surrounded by better players. And, perhaps it's just a better quality of team that allows her to be a bit more free. When the focus is on Bibi or on Wilson or on Hunt, or even Ardossi, there's space for her to operate.
Jackson not being ready, Bunton not being fit yet, has given her a chance to play straight away, where most of the time, given her exposure to the WNBL, if you came to a club like Canberra, you probably wouldn't be straight into the rotation. She's been pretty much straight into the rotation. Her numbers to half-time, 10 points, only the 4 field goal attempts, but 6 of 7 from the free throw line. She's been notable for finding ways to get to the line or to be able to score.
Well, she's put fouls on Penaluna and on McDonald and on Kunek. So, look, I think the other interesting thing about the Caps is their 2 AIS graduates, Tessa Lavey and Casey Samuels, haven't hit the floor yet. That has surprised me as the season has started.
Yeah, I would have thought maybe tonight on the Bulleen on the second half of the road double, back-to-back nights, and might have been a little bit of backcourt pressure with the point guard spot being shaky at best. Kunek's certainly serviceable, but...
Well, I would have thought Lavey would back up Hunt, especially after a successful season playing for the Capitals Academy.
Yeah, certainly most improved player there, and having watched a lot of their games this year, I think she can certainly be an impact player in the WNBL.
And it could be a comfort level for Coach Graff at this stage early in the season. Hasn't seen much of them other than a few training sessions over the first few weeks, so there may be a shift as the season goes on.
Yeah, the point guard spot at the moment, Nicole Hunt's had 12 minutes there. Coddington came in to fill in for just a little over 4 minutes. All right, we're just about to get underway here. Live streaming, a little bit of an innovation this year for the home games that aren't television games here. In Canberra, Matthew Anderson, along with myself, Brendan Parnell, trying to hopefully give people an opportunity to at least see what's going on. In this day and age, it's not an unreasonable expectation.
As we move into the second half, Brendan, I think it's interesting to note that this game is rather critical for both teams. Both sitting on 1 win and 2 losses.
1 win and 2 losses after Bulleen's initial win for the season last night. Again, proudly presented by JT Events. For all your events needs, conferences, management, any problems you've got, ring Jack Taylor at JT Events. As Rachel Jarry gets us underway with a step through, draws some contact. That's Michelle Cozier's 3rd foul. The layup is good. Referee Drew Meads indicates 1 free throw to come.
Great start for the Boomers. Aggressive move by Jarry to get the basket and the foul.
You wouldn't have thought of a better sequence, really, putting Cozier straight away on 3 as Jarry completes the 3-point play. Drag the margin back to just 2. Horns alignment, Norwood takes the ball. Wilson releases on the wing, looking at Ardossi inside. Nicole Hunt wide open, long 3 from the top. Rebounding contest, spills free to McDonald. Kunek finds Madgen trailing into the point spot. Jarry, catch and go, finishes for 2. Off the elbow there. Caught the defenders unaware. Ball reverses, Ardossi down screen. Cozier looks to go left, cut off by Jarry. Long arcing shot is indeed long. Norwood reels in the rebound. Looks for Hunt cutting down the middle. Panaluna switches off onto her, does a good job not to foul, but Hunt comes back with a reverse layup.
Nice finish there by Hunt.
Madgen looks to bust out as cut off. Kunek on the perimeter guarded by Wilson. Horrific pass. Straight out of bounds, no touch or feel on that.
Jarry was open for the layup. They missed her on the flex cut, which Bulleen are just getting naked off anytime they want. And that's not a Capitals related comment. They've gotten open every single time that I've seen them this season off that straight flex cut.
Capitals by 2. Early minutes, third quarter. Ardossi playing with Madgen behind her. Madgen did a reasonable job. The help came in from the side. Emma McDonald indicates that she has committed the foul. Referee agrees. Tom Maher makes one of his strolls down in front of the players, telling a few stories. As Holly Florence makes her way to the bench. Tom rolling the sleeves up there. Indication the game's about to get serious, maybe. Bridget Ardossi converts both free throws.
I don't think there's anything to be concerned about until the jacket comes off. When the jacket comes off, then we know he's meaning
That was
business.
Emma McDonald's third foul as well. She takes a seat. If you're not familiar with the McDonald name, was Emma Randall. Madgen releases that. Former Opal, had a baby, has come back. Played in Logan last year. Rebounding foul. Rachel Jarry. That's her third. All of a sudden we're saying no foul trouble. Now we have Jarry, McDonald and Penaluna all sitting on 3, and we are just a minute and 40 seconds into the third quarter. That is a significant happening. Should Steph Collins be getting a warm-up off?
I hope so. And with any luck, she will be.
Nicole
My
Hunt holding
prediction
dribble. Norwood
holds true.
provides the release. Penaluna risky, frights around in front. Jarry streaking away. Cozier blocking foul. It's an unfortunate one. Not a lot of contact, but inside that circle. Jarry, just as she is wont to do, kept going hard.
Yeah, I mean, she did a great job to get back Cozier, but it sort of was just a half step sort of too far behind and had to step underneath in order to be in front of Jarry.
Figures really made a decision that if you're inside that circle and there's a question of contact, that it's a blocking foul.
Well, the interesting thing, and you can correct me if I'm
Jarry
wrong,
makes
Brennan,
the
my
first
understanding
free
of the rule is different to the NBA's, that in a FIBA context, both feet must be inside the circle. One can be on the line, and it still can be...
NBA is...
The NBA is both feet out.
NBA is both feet out. FIBA, you can have 1 foot on the circle.
No, but you have to have both feet in to be
inside
considered
the circle to be considered
inside the circle.
That is correct. Yeah.
And it's an important
Depends
distinction.
which way you look at it. It's the Hunt guarded by the length of Madgen. On-ball screen from Ardossi. Bibby going right. Wheels around, turns it over. Beck Allen thought about busting out. Imagine she was a point guard for a second there, then quickly pulled up. Found Madgen. Madgen pick and roll. Penaluna. Ardossi, that's number 4 on her.
Just not tall enough there.
Just fantastic simplicity, but the footwork from Penaluna was good. On the roll, Madgen found her with the right weight of pass.
If we were running a coaching clinic, the first thing we'd point out was that Penaluna caught the ball and kept it above her head. Didn't bring it down, kept it above her head, went straight to the rim, and her length was too high for Ardossi to be able to block, and the contact was the foul.
Ardossi may be off, but that means Valerie's back. So, as Elise Penaluna makes the first of her 2 free throws. With this one, she can tie the scores up at 52. She does exactly that.
The Capitals are in a grind now.
7:33 remaining. Third quarter. Round 3, WNBL, AIS Arena. Live streaming. JT Events putting the whole thing on. Matt Anderson, Brendan Parnell at the controls. Carly Wilson, 250th game, uses the screen. Q-Next stays with her. Ball spills loose. Norwood can't reel it in.
Yeah, the switching had Madgen caught on Norwood there, but
Madgen goes left, cut off, looks at the runner, awkward shot, well guarded. Hunt looks to go the other way, Bibby's leaked out, that'll go up. Short.
Valerie competing for the rebound.
Defenders look surprised when it's the automatic catch and shoot on 4 foot outside the 3-point line. Beck Allen, shot fake. Caught Alice Koenig by surprise. It was a pinpoint pass, really.
Koenig trouble with the catch there.
Alternate possession arrow into effect. Caps using a horns alignment again. Nicole Hunt dribbles off to her left. Valerie stays at the top. Hunt isolated. Just drives middle. Finishes over the foul impinged Penaluna.
Lovely drive there by Nicole Hunt. Took advantage of the switch.
Yeah, Penaluna took the lesser of two evils there. Decided not to foul. See if Hunt could make the shot over the top. Kunek for 3 on the ball reversal. That's long. Catches a little bit of Valerie's body, I think, on the way out of bounds.
Imagine competing for the rebound there. Manages to...
Experience probably as much as anything. Imagine managed to nudge her into the... Alice Koenig. That's on Valerie as well. On the baseline inbounds, Penaluna spun to the middle. A holding foul. Coach Graff not pleased. Jackets off.
I am surprised, Brendan, that the lack of influence Holly Florence has had on this game, a former MVP of the league.
Yeah, I think the time off.
Opal.
Bibby, Hunt leaking out. Transition, cherry picking, call it what you will, but it's 2 points.
Caps into a zone.
Caps. Straight 2-3. High screen. Madgen says, I can shoot my way out of this. No, she can't. That's short and left. Yeah, Caps have found their way back into the lead again by 4. 56-52. 5 minutes, 42 seconds remaining, third quarter, AIS Arena. Nicole Hunt, step back. Increases that margin to 6. Just when you thought Bulleen were on the way back, Capitals find a way to get away again. Madgen goes middle. Akunik goes middle, misses a layup. Beck Allen competing for the rebound. Assessed with a foul.
Almost a little bit of fatigue there from Koenig. Great cut, lovely pass. And just missed a layup at the rim.
Now, interestingly, just looking at the foul counts at the moment, Ardossi's certainly on 4 and Cozy are on 4 as well. So both teams in a little bit of disarray. Probably as much to the tempo and the interior nature of the play. It's been very much an interior game.
It's interesting. Valerie's also on 3. If either her or...
Hunt goes right.
Oh, Nicole Hunt taking over here. She's had the last 6 for the Caps. Puts them up by 8.
Zone's had an effect, you could say. That's off. Mid-range jumper from McDonald. Hunt the rebound. Norwood thinks about busting out. Kicks it back to Hunt. Guarded by Jarry.
Just got it over in the 8 seconds.
Does a good job moving her feet, Jarry. High screen. A little bit of a shuffle there. First shuffle missed. Second block back to the ground.
Got pinned under
identified.
2 bigs.
Timeout, Bulleen. Tom Maher uses the first of his 3 timeouts in the second half. It's the Caps 60, Bulleen 52.
Free fitness assessment and a 2-week free gym membership at Northside Fitness which current Capitals player has played more games than her? Tweet that at Capitals at Tradies, and you can win that VIP package from Tradies.
All right, about to get back underway here. Bulleen, they're down. They look like they've grasped the nettle. Had things back under control, 52 all. A little 8-point spurt, cued by Nicole Hunt. And a switch up to a 2-3 zone. Bulleen's made some subs. Harrington in at the point.
Capitals back to man.
And they trapped that off the on ball and got another turnover. Bibby streaks away. Hunt on the wing. Valerie inside. Post move coming. Face up. Draws contact. It's on Holly Florence.
So first.
Nonetheless, she'll take a seat. I think part of the rotation rather than the foul. Valerie's off the mark. It's her first point. Nothing wrong with that stroke too. Not many moving parts. Simplicity. Margin 10. 4 minutes remaining, third
Caps
quarter.
back into that zone.
Yeah. McDonald in the middle of the zone. Allen wide open for three. Off. McDonald pulls the trigger. Points are good. Bulleen will keep the ball. Rebounding foul.
And that's Valerie's fourth foul. That could be a telling call. Both her and Adossi on four.
Running out of front court players.
Well, and if you think about
Norwood.
the period where the Caps struggled there in the second was where they had to play Wilson at the 4.
Yeah, Norwood yet to commit a foul. That's the Caps' 5th team foul this quarter. Rebounding contest. Nobody assumed to have possession, therefore there will be the 2 free throws. Chance for 4-point play. Alice Kunick makes it a 3-point play with 1 pending. It's a good way to eat into a 10-point lead. 4-point play there. Back to 6. It's a real coach killer, isn't it? Bibby wide open in the corner. Everybody screaming. Nobody knew who had her. She calmly knocked it down. Doesn't need an invitation for that. Caps back in the zone.
And it's interesting, Brendan, that Bibby in many ways is the one scorer that you have to worry about for the Caps.
I think Raffy wanted to travel there. Allen goes middle, has no idea where she's going, but finds a way to work it out en route.
Travelled twice there, Rebecca Allen. That's a good effort.
Bibby.
Got to be closer
Harrington's
than that.
realised that was her matchup. And she scuttles through to chase Bibby to the other side of the floor. Hunt back at the point. Bibby coming off double set of screens again. Norwood finds Valerie inside. Just rushed it a little bit. Ball spews free. Shot clock reset for some strange reason there. Second time. Wilson, 3.
Big shot.
Her first points of
Big
the night.
shot, Carly Wilson.
250 games. You knew she'd get on the score sheet somewhere. Zone still in effect. Tunnel down low, wheels round. Extra pass. Ball stripped away. Quick hands from Norwood. Hunt streaming ahead. Cut off by Jarry. Skip pass. Bibby. Who else? That's going up. Bobbles out. Jarry imitating a point guard. That's the best I can say about that.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty.
Drew some contact, which will send her to the line. Remarkably, that's almost, I guess, maybe a reward for effort.
Well, smart play to try and get fouled there, knowing you're in the bonus. Still another 2.5 minutes to play.
There, you almost can't help but reach in.
Well, you see the bobble and you just want to go for it.
Jarry makes the first. She leads all scorers for Bulleen up to 18 points now. It's been a quiet 18 too. Make it 19. Free throw line keeping Bulleen in touch, preventing this string from breaking. The margin is 8, however. 68 the Capitals, 60 to Bulleen. Little over 2 minutes remaining, third quarter. AIS Arena, WNBL action. Nicole Hunt, Madgen takes a swipe at the ball. Bibby curls off another series of screens. Norwood goes left, seems to like going left. Tries to make the layup, fighting for the rebound. It's tied up. Possession arrow indicates that the ball will go to Bulleen.
Really, really interesting 2 minutes to play here, Brendan. 8-point lead.
Eat into this.
They have
somehow.
to. They have to.
Penaluna sends the pick against the top of the zone. Madgen pulls up. Jarry finds a seam. Short, that jumper. A lot of body movement on that pull-up.
I was surprised she didn't go further into the lane there. She almost had a layup.
Allen tries to poke it away. That's a rookie foul, because that will put the Boomers over the limit. Tom Maher rolls his eyes. Goes back to Harrington.
It's worth noting the jacket is off on the bench. Tom has the jacket off.
I thought it was a pretty warm evening to be wearing a jacket.
I agree.
Gary Fox still seems to be. Beck Allen will probably hear about this, I think.
Well, Gary Fox always been a very cool customer. Never get too out of control. Never get too heated. Just remaining calm the whole time.
Free throws awry, the first of 2 for Nicole Hunt. Yeah, Tom was pretty calm there. He's in teaching mode. Second one's good, margin 9. Nicole Hunt takes her total up to 16, and that has been a quiet 16. Penaluna goes glass, finishes for 2.
It's interesting. Now that Penaluna's back on the floor, just watching that possession, she's the most effective at scoring around the rim against the Caps.
Valerie on the ball reverse. It's a shaky bounce pass.
It is a
Bibby.
shaky bounce pass. It's going straight out of bounds.
Yeah, it might have been 2 touches there, but yeah, Carly Wilson points in acknowledgement that that was probably the right pass, just not expecting it. Tom Maher gives the head tap signal, which is imitated by Karen Harrington. Zone still in evidence from the Capitals. Harrington picks a dribble up. Jarry, lob, really was never on. Penaluna trying to sneak in from the back of the zone there to seal. Had neither established position or a passing lane. Baseline inbound, which has been trouble for the Capitals all night. Back to Jarry. She finishes. It's Jarry to Penaluna, back to Jarry. Capitals really done a poor job of that part of the game.
Fascinating minute here, Brendan.
Norwood
5-point game.
to Wilson. Harrington, long
Lots
hand.
of switching.
Bibby looks to operate in the corner. Hunt, shot clock, dribbles down under 10.
Going to shoot this.
Hunt's pulling up. Short. Well short.
Length by Penaluna forced her to take it maybe a half step further back than she really wanted to.
So Bulleen in a 2-for-1 situation here. 37 seconds remaining, third quarter. Will they be looking for a quick one? I think maybe they've got some other problems which supersede worrying about that sort of stuff. Harrington goes right off the on-ball. Valerie does a great job of avoiding the body contact, those elevator arms.
Kunek very lucky to get away with the screen there. Extended her arms to knock Hunt over.
Penaluna picks Harrington. That was a move. Ridiculous moving pick from Penaluna. It's almost tiredness, I think, more than anything.
Well, Kunek hit Hunt the play before and didn't get called.
Florence rushes to the bench. That's Penaluna's fourth. She knows it. Just a tired foul. Margin 5, Capitals. 4-second differential now between shot clock and game clock. Capitals, you probably think we've got to run this down. Let the rebound just play out in 4 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, you'd want to get to the rim here. If you can get any kind of a foul on the drive, on a catch, that's what you want, because you're going to get the bonus no matter what.
Hunt to Wilson. Norwood streams across from the other side of the floor to set the on-ball. Jarry does a good job staying in front of her. Jarry stays down. Wilson looking for the patented bobble shot. Valerie rebound. Can't quite make finish. Travel call with 0.2 of a second remaining.
Is that
All the
2 tenths
players-
or 2 seconds?
2 seconds, I beg your pardon. All the players looking a little confused. Yeah, it is 2 seconds.
Tough call there, but let's see if the Caps can get a shot here. Look for Bibby in the corner.
Wilson, Bibby, nowhere to go. Pleads a case, as every shooting actor does. Or actress that can shoot. Quite normal, but yeah, well defended by Bulleen there. 3 Quarter time, 5 points. What are we saying?
Steph Collins will get on. That's the first thing I'm going to say. No, look, the Caps did a nice job there, capitalising on Bulleen's turnovers and their poor shot selection for a couple of possessions to push the lead back out when they had the game tied. Nicole Hunt was very effective. Look, the foul trouble is going to dictate the game both ways. I really think that, if Ardossi or Valerie or both of them foul out, well, that puts the Caps in a very difficult position defensively. And the same is said if Penaluna or McDonald or Florence foul out, it puts the Boomers in a tough spot.
Okay, just a quick wrap. Scores as they stand at the moment. It's Capitals 69, Bulleen 64. Lead scorers Nicole Hunt with 16 for the Capitals, just superseded by Jess Bibby with 17. For Bulleen, Rachel Jarry leads all scorers with 21. Alice Kunek with 13. As Matthew mentioned, foul trouble galore for both teams. Ardossi and Cozier and Valerie sitting on 4 for the Capitals. Elise Penaluna just picked up her 4th. Rachel Jarry and McDonald sitting on 3. But certainly it's going to be almost a battle of wills here, I think. Bulleen backing up after the titanic battle with Sydney Uni last night. Capitals fresh. Took a beating on the road last week. Must have this first home game.
Yeah, it will be really interesting to see how the tiredness affects the Boomers and how who can execute. It's early in the season, new pieces on both teams. Bulleen has looked effective. The Caps have looked effective in patches, but both teams have also looked very rusty and very shaky in patches. So, look, who can execute down the stretch? Who can execute these first 3 minutes? Whether the lead goes to 10 or whether it goes to tie. That'll be a critical factor in how the next 7 or 8 minutes play out in the fourth quarter.
All right, about to get underway here. Bulleen, a pretty stock standard lineup. Kunek, Jarry, Florence. Harrington still on at the points, probably the slight surprise. Playing their 2 nominal point guards along with Madgen. For the Capitals, Bibby and Hunt at the guard spots. Wilson, small forward. Norwood and Valerie.
Interesting, no Ardossi to start the fourth.
Quarter 4. Hunt uses the screen. Bibby peels out to the wing. Looks inside. Norwood. Ball spews free. Madgen streaming ahead. Valerie sees her late. Madgen looks for contact to try and draw a foul. Nothing else. It was well officiated. Really, defender did nothing wrong. Offensive player tried to create something where there really was no fault from the defender. Ball stays with Bulleen. Baseline inbound. They look long this time to Madgen. She throws a real speculative pass inside. Gets it back. Harrington looks on the wing. Thinks on ball. Jarry rolls. Madgen. Jarry wide open. Long 2. Is good. Foot on the line.
She has that unorthodox style where she steps forward when she shoots, but she's quite an effective jump shooter from both mid-range and from 3.
There's a few timing functions which come into play there because of the step forward, as you say. It's not an instinctive catch and shoot a la Abibi. As Bibby goes middle with a sidestep layup.
Tough finish there.
Off her right, back onto her left. Harrington taps her head. On
back
ball
into the
comes
zone,
up
the
to try and
Caps.
pick off the first part of that zone. Inside. Kunek.
Misses a layup.
Another one. Valerie the rebound. Early stages, fourth quarter. Caps by the same margin they led at 3/4 time, 5 points. Cole Hunt patiently, Bibby, that's going up. Kunek a little late on the closeout. Madgen thought that Florence had the rebound, kicks it ahead, risky pass. Bibby, she's everywhere, then throws it away. 3-on-2 for Bulleen. Madgen has given that pull-up, can't make it fit, but fights to get her own rebound. Surely she'll run a set here. Kicks it back out. Harrington signals something. Caps in a man on this transition. Inside, Florence looks, can't get the high-low. Valerie fronting Kunek this time. Jarry pulls up, can't make it fit. It's not the most reliable part of her game. Hunt
Well,
Tries to stream past her in transition. Valerie sets some sort of moving screen. Nicole Hunt can't quite get it to fit. Florence rebound. Madgen takes off without realising where she was going.
A very messy start to the fourth quarter.
As Penaluna comes to the bench for the Boomers. Caps back in a man. Alternating on a make and a miss. Kunek goes middle. Misses another layup.
And Adossi lucky not to get the block there.
Hunt looks ahead. Madgen intercepts, travels, not called.
Madgen is just
Wheels it in.
everywhere.
This is really messy. Hunt steals it halfway. Foul call.
Foul.
Nicole Hunt assessed with that foul. Players on the ground, effort fantastic. Execution questionable.
Well, just
Penaluna and McDonald back.
It's not
Bulleen.
questionable, Brendan. It's non-existent at the moment. There's
Uh,
forcing passes both
Coddington
ways.
back on, interestingly, for the Capitals now. Maybe a little defensive role, a little bit of energy, can push transition.
Yeah.
Sparingly
Get
used
up on
tonight.
Madgen. Oh, Madgen's come out. My mistake.
Caps back in the zone. Valerie doesn't realise, now she does. Penaluna, that's long.
No, what's going on?
Long, flat, hard.
There is a lot of tiredness coming out of the Boomers at the moment.
Offensive board. Wide open for three, Kunek, that's long. Ardossi the rebound. Bulleen just firing at will. Can't hit the side of a barn at the moment. Coddington, Bibby, drives baseline, tries to step around, has nowhere to go. Ardossi gets it, almost. Gets the three-point opportunity.
It's interesting. We talked about the fatigue in the Boomers, and these first few possessions of the fourth quarter have looked exactly that. Just too tired to run through everything. Everyone standing, and some mental mistakes with passes.
And that's 4 fouls, Emma McDonald as well. Bridget Ardossi is good with the first free throw. Push the margin out to 6. With 6 minutes and 40 seconds remaining, final quarter. Out to 7. Caps back in the zone on a make. Kunek gets rid of Bibby. Penaluna point blank layup. Ball reversal duck in. Coddington comes the other way. Reverses the ball. Ardossi. Wilson, pass fake. Bibby curls. Back to her non-preferred side. Thinks shot. McDonald caught with the switch. Shows a hand. Ardossi just moved that pivot foot before she let the ball out of her hands.
Costly turnover there for the Caps.
As Bibby adjusts one of her lime green shoes.
If you looked at that last possession with the Boomers, it really shows you that Penaluna's in many ways the key to this game. Because if she can stay on the floor...
With the requisite ball movement there, she got a point
Yeah,
blank
yeah.
in. There's really nothing the Capitals can do about that.
Well, no, but both McDonald and...
And yet we see Jerry launch another 3. McDonald, point blank. Offensive rebound, put back. Just huge size disparity. Ardossi playing with the 4 fouls. Margin back to 3. Capitals still in front, however. Wilson. They've lost Bibby again. Penaluna late, close out. They catch a break. All that switching. Bibby just keeps curling in and out of screens, down screens, cross screens.
It's certainly tough to keep track of, especially when you're fatigued.
Jarry finds Penaluna inside.
Bobbled ball.
Kunek with the pull-up. Cuts the margin to 1. Coddington streams the other way. A few of the Capitals slow to join her.
Coach Graff wanted a timeout there. Bench didn't get to it.
Wilson on the wing.
It's a 1-point game
Kunek.
here.
Bibby at the top. Has drawn Penaluna on the switch. Bibby curls. Shot fake. Goes left back to Ardossi. The simplest of finishes. Can't make it fit. Ardossi incredibly lucky not to probably get her 5th foul. They've been good officiating.
There's been 2 of those.
Go. Jarry, skip pass. Harrington, not even thinking about the 3 now. Ball handling, trapped off that on ball. McDonald probably could have driven. Goes pull up. Kunek, players screaming with the ball, but I think it only hit the part of the backboard, not the support. Kunek, inside. Foul. Jarry will go to the free throw line. A few R8 fans. Certainly part of the action. As sub will come now. Is there, I think Coach Graff has called timeout, just the bench.
She tried to cancel her timeout there,
I think
but
she has cancelled it.
She has cancelled it?
Yeah. Feels there's an opportunity for the players to huddle and sort out what's going on. So Rachel Jarrett, it's been a long haul for Bulleen. I certainly haven't been in front since the first quarter.
Well, those couple of offensive rebounds in
lead.
these last few possessions have been critical, and they certainly haven't executed well. The feed to Penaluna bobbled there, and Kunek found it and made the jump shot. And now Jarry here with a chance to take the lead, but it will come down to execution at the
Jarry
end here.
makes both those free throws. It's Bulleen 74, Capitals 73, 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Valerie guarded by McDonald. Bibby on the wing draws Kunek. Ardossi screaming for it inside. Coddington uses the on ball, goes left. Penaluna blocks. Jump ball called. Pretty good call. Both players had their hands on the ball there. Jarry managed to get it. Coach Graff now decides she does want that timeout. Bulleen by 1. Tense final quarter, second night in a row for Bulleen. Capitals trying to get their season of home games started on a winning note. Rebounding's been key the last couple of minutes.
It has been.
Sequence of offensive rebounds from a tired but height advantage Bulleen side.
It's interesting, you watch so many games of basketball, and the Boomers right now are shooting 1 for 11 from 3. And in many ways, it's the nature of the game that one of them's going to fall in these last 4 minutes if they keep shooting. And that could be critical.
Easy for us in this situation, but you would say that with an extra pass, they've almost inevitably been able to get something inside. High-low look.
Oh, they have.
Duck in.
But if you look at that last
I'm
possession,
not a proponent of the,
No, you look at that.
Uncalled for threes.
No, I totally agree. But you look at that last possession, we talked about Penaluna got a layup, and then the very next play, Jarry shot a 3.
Do you think Bulleen has any idea what their identity is yet as a team, as a very new team?
Oh, I certainly don't think they do. But you've seen a shift in the league this season, You look at Dandenong, who won the title, and have become more athletic and more physical and more high tempo. They're really up
AIS
the floor.
recruitment, yeah.
Yeah, their style has changed to suit their personnel.
Sydney, just while we've got a minute here before play gets underway, where do you see Sydney heading now?
Oh, look, Sydney will struggle this season. They will. No doubt about it.
Okay, Madgen trapped off that on ball. Hunt directs back. Madgen picks it up and throws it straight to Samantha Norwood. Lazy pass. Tired pass.
Had no one to pass to. Got trapped and everyone ran away from her. Caps did a nice job there at trapping. Now Ardossi with the on
comes
ball.
up to set the on ball, spins to the rope, the rim. Hunt looks for her inside. Good help, Penaluna. Norwood. So the ball seemed to slip out of her hands. Capitals get it back. Norwood screams for it again inside. Hunt directing play. Horns action. Ball tip free by Penaluna. Nice to see that hustle, even though there's probably not a great chance of getting it. Penaluna still.
The Caps getting that offensive rebound after Bulleen have got 3 or 4
16
in a row on them.
seconds. Shot clock. Ardossi high post. Looks to face up. Hunt launches the 3. Short. Penaluna the rebound. Madgen kicks ahead. Kunek thinks better of continuing the break. Bibby picks up Madgen. Pokes at the ball. Neither team even close to the bonus here as we inside 3 minutes remaining. Point blank. Penaluna can't get it to fit. McDonald the foul. That's the last we'll see from her.
And that was a tired shot by Penaluna, just getting pushed away from the basket after a good catch.
It was like what I call the pogo shot.
It was the pogo
Came down,
shot.
landed on the 2 feet, and just couldn't quite get herself aligned. It's a shot that...
Evan McDonald has fouled out.
Yeah, she's gone, yeah.
Karen Harrington back into the game. .254 to play. The Boomers still holding on to that 1 point lead.
Caps content to walk it up. Designing a set. The horns start again. Ardossi's back screened. Trying to look for her inside. Wilson. Draws Harrington. Bibby goes left, pulls up. It's good. Caps by 1. Man to man. Wilson draws Jarry. Ball's poked away from Kunek by an active Norwood. Jarry thinks 3. Surely she would have got shot if she took that. Harrington, long 2. Coach killer. Jump ball's called.
The Capitals
Stay
bench
with the Capitals.
enraged. It is the Capitals' ball.
I think a pretty fair call.
Both players competing.
And consistent with what they've ruled at the other end. Just over 2 minutes remaining. Hunt uses Ardosi's screen. Ardosi ducks into the post. Wilson pops high, looks for the high-low feed. Norwood, handoff. Wilson retreats, dribbles from that handoff. Looks for Ardosi inside. She catches, faces up. Norwood cuts, poked away by Jarry. Just 2 seconds. If I'm a boomer, I'm saying, where's Bibi? Must switch out on her here. She catches, shoots, long.
Some confusion. The referees decide to give the ball to the Caps.
Referees have a disparate conference, if I can call it that. Decide it's a new 24 seconds, Capitals ball baseline. Ball goes in, Ardosi kicks out, Hunt, handoff from Norwood. Looks to go right. Jarry on the switch, defends her well. Ardosi pulls the trigger. It's long. Kunek spearing in for the rebound. Harrington signals 5. Madgen on a lead from the corner. Draws Bibi. Offensive foul. Ardosi hit the deck. Penaluna fouled out. Key call. Tom Maher's not happy. Holly Florence will take her spot. Tom's more than not happy. Anyway, back to what we can control. 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining as the Capitals 75. So much for scoring 100. Bulleen 74.
Big
Wilson
minute to play.
at the top.
Still only a
Ardosi
1-point game.
peels away. Looks to seal. Fronted by Harrington, who's drawn her on the switch. There's a mismatch there. Wilson thinks about the lob. Norwood pulls the trigger. Short. Florence the box out. Good job. Harrington signals 5 again.
Crucial possession here for the Boomers.
Tick down under a minute, 50 seconds. I'll say again, neither team close to the bonus. Bulleen has 3 team fouls. Canberra just 2. Jarry inexplicably shoots a 3. Madgen drives left, cut off. Norwood, great job, help defence. Referee decides to steal Bulleen ball. 18 seconds on their shot clock. 31 seconds remaining in the game. A bit of chicken going on between the coaches about who's going to call the timeout. That timeout's been assessed to Bulleen. Second night in a row for Bulleen. They're in a potential free throw shooting contest. Somebody will be shooting free throws before the end of this. There'll be some hurried fouls.
This will be an interesting possession for the Boomers. 18 on the shot clock, 30 seconds to play. They're down 1. And they've looked very stagnant these last few possessions. They've tried to get inside. They've come off an on-ball and done very little and looked very, very bunched. So it'll be interesting to see what Tom Maher will come up with here.
I mean, that 3 to me is just... Anyway, maybe it's just what... That was Tom Maher's second time out. He's got 1 remaining. Carrigraph still with 2. Again, the score. Canberra 75. Bulleen's with the ball 74. 18 seconds remaining for them to operate on this possession. 31 seconds remaining in the game. They have 3 team fouls. The Capitals have 2. So to get into the bonus, Bulleen would at least have to foul twice. Should Bulleen score, Caps miss, they're going to have to foul in a hurry.
I think it's either It's going to have to be Kunick or Magin here. Either Kunick for 3 or Magin to the basket.
McDonald and Penaluna already fouled out for Bulleen. Incredible, all that planning, and they didn't work out how to get the ball inbounds. A 5-second violation.
Just craziness. Jarry had 3 or 4 people she could have passed to.
All right, 31 seconds and counting. 7-second differential. Caps are going to run this down. Bulleen not going to foul. Clock ticks down. Shot clock at 11. Game clock 12. Shot clock 7. Game clock.
Norwood, Stark, Wilson.
Shot clock violation.
Now I would think they would have to fix the game clock. The shot
I
clock
thought
was
the game clock was sitting on...
It was 31. It was 31 seconds and 18.
18 on their clock.
So if you go to 24, they should have at least 7 seconds. Be very interesting to see what the referees come up with. The mathematics would tell you that there should be 7 seconds on the clock.
Unless there was another adjustment I didn't see, Matthew. When the ball was... Bulleen were trying to inbound the ball. There was 31 seconds on the game clock.
That's correct.
18 left on their shot clock. A 5-second violation. Obviously the clock does not start till the ball comes inbounds. Canberra then inbounded the ball, and now we have a situation where, which they're still being discussed at the bench, and assistant coach Gary Fox for Bulleen is up there and not happy. It looks like there's 2 seconds remaining, which would indicate somewhere 5 seconds has been lost, to my sense of mathematics.
Well, I mean, you know, to quote the US presidential race, the maths doesn't add up. 31 seconds, 24 seconds is 7.
Maybe we've missed something.
No, I don't think we have. There's not a 29-second shot clock the last time I checked. It'll be very interesting. If it stays at 2 seconds, then that's an error. Which it looks like it is.
No, I think he's saying referee's saying 3 seconds now. Don't know where they plucked that out from.
This is strange. Strange to say the least. Now it's 3 seconds. Well, 3 seconds is more than enough time.
I wonder when we'll get to the stage of the NBA of having the clocks in tune with the referee's whistle.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice?
Okay, ball in 3 seconds to make something happen. Down 1. As Coach Graff calls the freezing timeout, or maybe just having a look at what Bulleen was setting up there.
Maybe they can add another 4 seconds to the clock here.
Another 60 seconds for both teams to determine their tactical alignments.
Look, if Bulleen can get the ball in this possession, I'd count it as a win.
It's funny that so much stuff is designed in late timeouts that quite often the idea of how we're actually going to get the ball inbound can get lost in amongst all that.
Well, and sometimes players get lost with the amount of focus on the specific thing as to where the ball's supposed to go, rather than remembering that the goal is to get the ball in and then to do something, not necessarily to do something.
Or maybe
specific.
Presumption of a pass. But the first thing they draw on the board is you pass, the inbound pass goes here. Well, hang on, the inbound pass can't go there. Like, there's no passing lane. Anyway, it's all moot. Tom Maher's gone to his bag of tricks, undoubtedly. This will be plan B. If they had plan A set up before, he might have stuck with plan A. 3 seconds once the ball's touched. Caps have fouls to give. Doesn't matter. Somehow inbounded on the sideline.
Jarry
knocked out of bounds. Caps will call timeout, advance the ball.
Jarry threw a bounce pass into Tess Madgen's knee and it went out of bounds. I think the Boomers need to have a solid look at who inbounds the ball for them, because that's 2 major mistakes when they could have had a shot to take the lead.
I'd imagine the Caps were going to foul anybody that wasn't facing the basket, but with fouls to give. But that can be fraught with danger as well if somebody happens to hook around and.
Yeah, I don't think they would have, because I think you're pretty much going to catch and try and shoot.
Okay, we're still on 3 seconds, remarkably. There must have been just tenths of a second ticked off there. Capitals will inbound the ball in their front court.
Certainly
So
tough for the
official
Boomers
still
now.
is at the bench. We might see another adjustment here, maybe down to... No, it looks like it's staying at 3.
So no timeouts for the Boomers.
And none for either side. So Bulleen really in a horrific... But they need to give up 2 fouls or steal the ball.
Well, yeah, they need to
3
steal.
seconds.
They need to steal. If they don't
They
get...
hope for a miss. They don't have a timeout to advance the ball.
Wilson inbounding. Bibby gets it. Fouled. Only roughly 0.4 of a second has gone off there somehow. Oh, Darcy doesn't get fouled.
Game's over. Capitals are on. Coaches and players shake hands. And one of the Boomers has collapsed on the court after the game. There's a lot of concern being shown there. They're calling for a doctor.
Is that Jarry?
Ambulance people. I think it is Rachel Jarry.
The paramedics are right there.
It looked like she just fainted, hopefully just from exhaustion. Anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed tonight's coverage. The first of what we're hoping will be a regular streaming of the AIS home games. Good start for the Capitals. They rise back up to 2 wins, 2 losses. For the Boomers, they're stuck on the solitary win and 3 losses, an unfamiliar position for them as we see the medical staff attending.
You know, it's going to be a tough season for Bulleen. They are, as we said, a young, inexperienced team, so it'll be interesting to see what can shape them into as the season progresses. You saw in that last sort of 3 or 4 minutes how their lack of execution experience hurt them at the end of the game.
Okay, we're signing off from here. We will see you at the next Capitals home game. On behalf of Matthew Anderson, Brendan Parnell saying thanks for listening.